we're okay. No, we're not. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing alright. Hope you've had a good week. Right, last week we got the skirting boards in and we started cutting down that door. Let's carry that on, shall we? Now, today we're going to cut this door and then we're going to try and sandwich them together and make one big thick door. Also, I may cover the stylings of the front and just do plain with some hardboard cover or something like that. Anyway, that's for later on. I haven't decided yet. Anyway, right, let's get this other door on the table, measure it up and get it cut down the sides. Let's go. Right, tape measure. Where's my tape measure? I always lose it right there. Okay, this door here is, I think the right 194. Yeah. Right, 194 in height. Or is this one? Probably 197, not the other one. Yep, so I'm going to take off 4 centimetres. No, 3 centimetres. 194. Can we roll around with it? Which one needs to be? Oh god! 76 on the dot. 76. Which gives us some playroom. It'd be there, wouldn't it? We're taking a hell of a chunk off this back of this door. And if anything, if any of this goes wrong, it doesn't matter because all these doors are going to go to the tip anyway if I don't use them. So I'm not wasting anything because it's all recycling. Or is it upcycling? What's the word I'm looking for? I think it's upcycling, right? That took effort. Jesus. Alright then, so, plus side, it's got such a thick rear part to this frame that I don't have to refill it afterwards. That's good, that means I can mount to that and that is solid for another good couple of inches. Ideal. Right, let's get the bottom bit cut off and I've done that a bit already. I'm way ahead of myself. Right, let's get the other door on top of this door, see if they're the same. If they are, then we can start getting some 4x2 in place to fill it up. Happy days. Latch at the same side. Also got latches to take off. This should now, in theory, be the same size. Yes, it is. So I've got plenty of rock wool. I've got enough rock wool left from the build so far to do this door. But I'm going to need to buy some more when it comes to the booth. Okay, so my thought is I've got an outline, obviously the front and the back of the door are rigid anyway, so I'm going to screw through them from the outside into the timber all the way around. So I've got to remember this end I've got a few little offcuts to deal with, so I'm going to have to make sure I get a screw in every point of those. And then I'm going to fill the middle with rock wool, and then we'll put the other door on top and screw that together. Oh, that's all right. Alright then, there's some framework on. That is a heavy door now. Right, rock wool. I might need to get changed first though, I don't want to get rock wool all over this stuff. Right, good idea. Is it 600 on it? Oh, look at that outfit, lovely. Squash it right in. Squash it right in. Right. Lovely. Horrible stuff. So in theory, put that door on top now. And we laugh on this the thing. It might be a bit thick, but I'm hoping I can squeeze it down. And then got a nice thick door. Right, I'm going to just try screwing down the corners and see if it holds it in. Obviously it's not flat, I'm hoping I can make it work. If not, we'll take them out the middle, but I don't want to take anything out. If I can get this to stay in, we'll be laughing. Look where we are. Bow in the middle of it. Let's tack it down in sections. Okay, so the amount of thickness of rock wool, I don't really want to tear it apart and have less in there. I'd rather have it as much in there as I can get and have a nice, dense door. I'm struggling obviously to fit it in with the gap. So I'm thinking, I've just measured the door. I bought myself I think it's called an architrave light switch size. So that'll be great for the door and its terminator. So that will go in here. So what I'm planning is, so I just measured that and I've still got 6 inches spare. If that's right up against there, which is the plan to be. So I'm thinking, if I do a 6, at the minute it's just over 4. It's between 4 and 5 inches at the minute. So if I put the 4x2 the other way up, I'll then have a 6-inch door. I'll figure it out. Alright, I've had to half the width of the rock wall, or else I ain't going to fit the door. So what I'm doing is I'm going to pack it in, and if I can fit any more in, I will. but I've got half it in width. I don't think I'm going to get any more in there, to be fair. I'm trying. I don't think I will. No, I don't think I will. Let you get in there. No, that's going to have to be it. There we go, that's working. That's how it's supposed to be. Right, let's get this closer. Now, it got pointed out to me that this is kind of an old design, which I know it is anyway. I mean, I don't know how long these doors have been in this house anyway, so it is an old design. So, I'm going to line it with some MDF. Have a nice smooth finish to it. I could just fill it in, but that's longer effort. I'm just going to line it with MDF, and you'll never know. Then it'll look like the windowsills, or the window frames. Yeah. Alright then, got that door to a point at the minute. It's not too heavy. I mean, it's heavy, but it's not too bad. I'll go off the stand anyway. So, I've got to figure out the mounting points. I'm going to line it with MDF, thin MDF board, which I'd like the same as I did the windows with. I'm going to have to pick up some of that from the shop. So that, in a minute, is done and can wait for further work. In the meantime, whilst I'm in here, and before I get too hungry, this is the door I'm going to use it on the drum booth. And I thought, you know, while I'm at it, and I'm in the swing of things, let's have it off. However, so the drum booth is going to be 180 centimetres tall by 71 centimetres wide. It's not as wide as the framework I've made it, but I can move that in and out. So what I might do is I might just cut this to height size, mount it on the hinges temporarily, and then we can move the batten in if we need to, or we just put a doorstop on it and we make it work. Alright, obviously that is not the finished product, that is just an idea, just put it into place just so we've got kind of the template. The door's got the size anyway, that's the main thing. I need to brace that booth because it's not rigid enough for the door. So I might do that in a minute. Couple of braces, we need to move that side in a bit anyway. I need to take the whole thing apart anyway, so I'm just going around with the idea in a minute, see what's what. So, I think if I brace one part of it, we should be fine. Cool, right. I've had enough for today now. I'm getting hungry, so I'll see you tomorrow when Chris comes around. We're going to get that cable routed. Let's go. And it is another day in paradise. Right, I've slept well. I apologise if I was a bit out of nowhere yesterday. I was knackered and I was just powering through. Anyway, I've had plenty of sleep, it's a fresh day, admin's already done, and now I'm just waiting for Chris to get here. I'm going to crack on and get some routing done on the door, and I'm also going to pick his brains about these doors and getting them hung and stuff like that. Right, let's do it. Alrighty then, Chris has been and gone, didn't really have anything to film, so I didn't bother. Basically, we took that panel off, as you see the trim's already off, I'm going to put trim back on it as well. We took the panel off and there is a gap at the back so we didn't have to route anything out or route anything out. So we've ran it and put the cable in place. So all we've got to do now is put the light switch in place and put that trim back on, and we're laughing. And now I'm going to get my ass to the carpet shop this week. I want to get on and do that because just need to carpet it then and we can crack on with that booth. Door, had a chat about it. We decided I'm going to line it with some MDF, going to paint it up, make it look nice both sides, and then I'm going to get some big gate. This thing weighs a lot. It's quite a heavy door now. It's double braced and filled and all that lot. So I'm going to get some big T-style gate hinges, paint them black so it matches the trim on the inside, and then get mounted on that. That is the plan there. Right. I'll see you at some point. I don't know what the next bit is, so see you in a minute. I might glue that in place in the future. Just in case I need to take it off again, I'm not going to bother for a minute, and then I might go around and glue these on when they're done. Right, let's get that light switch in place. Alright. Switch plate box done. Right, that means in the door then we can come up to this bit here. Happy days. Right, what's next? Carpet. I need carpet, that's all I need. I can get the hardboard though sorted on the door. Told you that already, right? And we're back on another day. Right then, went out this morning, got some MDF board. We're going to line the door all the way around and get it painted the same colour as the wall. And then I'm also going to do the same on this door for the booth. We're going to thicken it up with some 3B2 and then get some insulation in it as well. Right, let's do it. Let's go. Nowhere near it. Alright, of course I don't leave it just on the thingy, don't I? Oh, I didn't realise how nice a fresh blade on this saw is. Mine's been struggling for so long, this is quite nice. Sorted there. Right, one side done. Time to do the other one. Alright, making some good progress. We've got 3 sides covered with MDF. I've yet now to do the side with the latches on. I'm going to drill out one of the latches so I can still utilise that for a handle. That's the plan there. I'm also going to find, I've got a longer rod for a handle. I'm going to find that as well and get that in. Get that installed. She's heavy. Right. If this thing isn't like near soundproof, I'll be very, very surprised because this thing weighs a ton. I'm not looking forward to hanging this, I tell you that. That's the top. I wonder if I can. Oh, Jesus Christ! Is that going to hold it? we're okay. No, we're not. Jesus Christ, that's heavy. Ah! How am I going to do this? So I thought I had enough of fillering. Turns out I haven't. I need to do the door to make it look flush. But I've got plenty of filler left, and I'm also going to sand this outside this week, not in here, because this week needs to stay clean in here to a point. Yeah. Right, let's do it. Give it a go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Tis another day. Right, last night as you saw I was grouting the door on both sides and all that lot, so I've got to take that outside. I'm not doing it in here like before, I'm just going to cover the room in dust, ain't going to happen again. So I'm going to take it outside and sand it in the open air, which is good for me as well. Get that done and then that's ready for painting, and then I also want to take that door off its hinges and I want to thicken that one up with rock wool and some hardboard, because it's going to be slightly thinner but also going to thicken it up, ready for the booth door as well. Same process, plying line both sides, etc. like that. Right, let's get it done. I really hate sanding, that stuff's horrible. Right, the door's there, as you can see just outside the window. I've sanded it off. I'm just going to let the breeze just kind of dust it off a bit more. I've also got a little bit extra grout I had to put in where it came out of the joint where I was sanding. So let that dry, I get a quick sand, that's done, then ready for paint. However, got another door. I've decided instead of doing a rock wool sandwich jobby, I'm just going to utilise two doors back to back completely, just two lots of doors in one. It's only for the booth, so my thought is it shouldn't have to be two, because we're in a room, doubling up that door will make it the width or the depth of the framework, so it should be fine. So, I get the measurements of that door, cut that door down to match, hoping it's going to be alright. Hopefully. And then we'll screw them together, hardboard them, or MDF board them, done. Right, let's get on with it. So I'm hoping this, is similar to the other one where it's a bit thick on each side. Yeah. Do you want some real-time information? Tomorrow, the electrics are getting done. Day after that, you'll find out next week. That's the second door built. This is the drum booth, and as much as I thought it might be smaller and lighter, it still weighs quite a bit. Anyway, right. Sparky's coming tomorrow. Time to tidy up, hoover up, clear up the space so he can get in, do his bit. He's only got to mount a couple of lights and do the sockets for me. So let's make sure he's got enough space for that. Right. Happy days. News just in. We have lights on the ceiling, we have sockets on the walls, we have electricity in the building. No more running the extension lead through the door. Hell yes. Right. I'm going to leave you there for this week. Thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing, for liking the video, dropping some comments, and just joining me on this little adventure on the epic studio build. Hell yeah. Right. You know what's going to come next, don't you? It might be a bit obvious. I'll give you a clue. Oh yes, indeedy. Right. First thing I've got to do though is I've got to dismantle that drum booth. That needs dismantling and hopefully it'll fit out the door. I guess we'll find out next week. Right. Take it easy everyone, have a great week, and until the next time, cheers and gone.